And we're back. This is part 2, episode 32. We're going to go on to our next topic, titled, Bringing a Grande Skim Half-Calf Mocha with Foam to a Knife Fight.
Yeah,
Love that title. That is great.
Good old
Ishmael,
Starbucks.
tell us about this story, man.
So this story, we talked about a black hero in my eyes last week. We also talked about, what was brother's name? Was it, what's the guy who burned his hand on the gun? I'm drawing a blank on his name. It's like
James Shaw. James Shaw
Jr. I was going to say James Williams. James Shaw Jr., we talked about him. So now we have another black hero, my man by the name of Blaine Hodge. He's 27 years old, out in Bakersfield, California. He was at Starbucks.
Dude with the pizza.
Dude with the pizza, yeah.
Y'all silly.
My man was at Starbucks, So he's not boycotting Starbucks anymore. He went there to get his drink on. And all of a sudden, as he's waiting in line, I'm sure, ready to tell the barista about his order, all of a sudden he sees a woman run into the store, followed by a crazy boyfriend, 31-year-old Robert Rivas. And what did Robert Rivas have? Why was he chasing his girlfriend? He had a machete. He's trying to kill her in Starbucks.
Robert Rivas, clearly Hispanic. That's what we do. We carry around machetes, man. If our girl get out of line, we got to talk to her with the machete.
Yeah, so Hodge did what any black hero would do. I guess he didn't have a strap. He couldn't hashtag grab the strap. He left it at home. Or he's in California, they got strict gun laws. So Mr. Blaine Hodge just said, you know what? It's not about to go down right now. So he jumped in front of the woman, jumped in between her and her boyfriend, and he tried to stop him. And he ended up getting stabbed. And she ended up getting stabbed. But luckily, he was able to fight off Rivas enough to where he didn't kill him. He didn't kill the girlfriend. He had to get over 200 stitches, undergo surgery on his right hand. But both he and the woman are in good condition. Actually, I believe they've both been released from the hospital now. So he saved this woman at Starbucks from a machete attack. So I just wanted to salute that brother and see what y'all think about this story.
My thing is, why didn't the dude? He's in a Starbucks, man. You grab the hot coffee and you you throw it in the dude's face. That's the first thing you do. I've seen enough movies where this move goes down. You're in the perfect place to pull off this move. You got to do it, man. You got to get the coffee, pour in his face. The dude ain't gonna do nothing else. He's gonna drop that machete immediately.
But it's kind of hard, if you had a Starbucks, it's not like the coffee's right there next to you. If he hadn't gotten his coffee yet, I don't know if you got.
You definitely don't reach for the. All I know is you don't reach for the Frappuccino. Don't reach for the Frappuccino.
Right. If I spent $7 on a coffee, I'm not pouring it on him, even if he does have a shit.
Y'all sick, man. Y'all sick.
I'd be like, hold my coffee, please. Right. But I would like to say that this is why I agree with that we need to have gun laws. This kind of thing, imagine what would have happened if my man had the strap. He would have shot up her. He would have shot up my man Hodge. She would have shot up the entire Starbucks. And we'd be talking about, another mass shooting. Or another crazy person with mental illness. But when you got situations like this, you ain't got nothing to do but get a sword. And I will take a sword over a bullet any day. I take my chances. We can see what we can do, dog. It's going to take you a long time to kill me with a sword.
Yeah,
I'm all for it.
And I mean, that's one thing that people who are against gun laws, gun restrictions say, so like, people get knives and stab people. And so if you look at like Great Britain or England, there are a lot more stabbings over there, but they don't have the same casualty rate. You can't stab 100 people in 10 seconds like you can shoot 100 people in 10 seconds. So even though there may be more stabbings, they're not as deadly. So what Dave
Chappelle said about the? Oh no, it was Chris Rock. What Chris Rock saying his stand up about the dudes? He's like, he said the first person gets stabbed. Like the rest of them, they just stupid.
Hey, I pulled up I Googled this dude, Robert Rivas. I thought he was Hispanic. Not Hispanic. He's a member of the black delegation.
What?
So y'all got to own this one.
Oh.
Y'all roll around machetes. I figured Bakersfield, California, Last name Rivas. This got to be a Hispanic dude. No, he is definitely a member of the black delegation. So I just had to throw that in there. So, just to get the stink off the brown delegation. We had nothing to do with this. This.
I don't know.
I'm sure somewhere in his blood he's probably
confirmed. This is
confirmed. I'm
check his
putting
genealogy.
this in the keep
I'm
right
sure
now.
somewhere is Latin.
Not yet confirmed.
I am putting this it's in the keep right now. This dude is midnight black. There's no question. This dude ain't like the light skinned dude off Insecure. This dude is black.
We'll see. But either way, my man is a hero for stepping into it. Whether it's white or black, it don't matter. You're a hero, man.
And that girl need to break him off a little piece of that, man. You got to reward this man some kind of way. At least dinner, something.
I mean, would you want to holler at a lady whose boyfriend just tried to stab her? Like,
I wouldn't try to holler, but I feel like the girl needs to, she needs to invite him. Definitely need to invite him to the barbecue, the next, family celebration, Thanksgiving dinner, something. There needs to be kind of reward. If a man takes 200 stitches and maybe can't use his hand for the rest of his life, I think there needs to be a little bit more than just a thank you. That's my personal take on this matter.
No, all she needs to do is thank him. And I'm sure it's all good.
All right. Sounds good to me.
No thanks from me.
Next topic. Let's talk about y'all dude, Katt Williams. Katt Williams back in the news.
Back about in crazy news. Dudes. Speaking of crazy dudes,
yes. Katt Williams. Man, this dude was...
It's too much to get into, yeah.
Yeah, this dude was on a radio show. What is the name of the radio show?
Frank and Wanda is what it said. You don't know Frank Ski? You don't know Frank Ski?
Is that what it was? Frank and Wanda? He's on Frank and Wanda. I don't know what he was on there for exactly. He wasn't promoting anything necessarily.
He had a comedy show in Atlanta that weekend.
Okay.
He was just hyping that up.
Okay, so he's there. He's there. He's on the show. This is something that I happen to see myself. It's not something that I just heard in the group me first, because I listened to it Saturday morning on the way out. And Katt Williams, the Annihilation continues. This dude does not care. He, in my eyes, is the hater supreme of the comedy world. He takes no prisoners, and he took another casualty during his several casualties, but definitely that lady. Wanda got it. Wanda got it the most.
Wanda got it.
In his usual hater fashion, he did the Katt Williams pumping himself up and how he should be the greatest. He should be considered the best, and nobody knows. And he's done more comedy shows and specials than Richard Pryor and everybody combined. And some kind of way we just have forgotten about him, and people don't want to talk about him because he's the best. Blah blah blah. And then he goes on to, of course, start naming names of all our favorites, Kevin Hart and Tiffany Haddish and Lil Rel, and he hating on people as usual, man. I'm not sure what's wrong with this dude. Paul, I'm gonna start with you first. Did you listen to the whole thing?
I listened to all of it. Yeah, I listened to all of it, man. I mean, like I didn't really care about a lot of it. I mean, I didn't care about the stuff that he was going in on the lady Wanda. It was definitely hate, but it was just kind of like, okay, they were kind of going at each other, and so he just felt some kind of way about it. So whatever. The stuff about all the male comedians, he want to talk about how ugly Lil Rel is and all stuff like that. Okay, I guess I'm just gonna let that slide. I thought the Tiffany Haddish stuff, I thought he had a point on some of it, just like how maybe a lot of other women could have done that role in Girl Trip and got all that success that she had afterwards, because that was just a breakout role for her. But I thought it was just kind of like a little bit much with the whole race, and I don't know. I didn't really get where he was going. My issue in particular was the light skin stuff. I didn't know Tiffany Haddish was that light skin really. But I guess his whole point was that she's because she's lighter skinned, she's getting roles that other black female comedians can't get. I guess that's what he was trying to say. I wasn't really sure. It didn't make a whole lot of sense. I'm sure it's the drugs.
He said because she said she wanted to sleep with Brad Pitt. Wanted to sleep with a white man, so that's why they putting her on. That's what he claims. That's a conspiracy theory.
I've heard her say that. I've heard she's been on Jimmy Kimmel Live, and that's kind of like a recurring little bit where she's always joking about she wants to date Brad Pitt and stuff like that. But is she actually doing? I mean, I guess. But that was after she already became famous. That she's not on
Then he said
Jimmy
she was
Kimmel
married.
telling us.
Was she married to a white guy? I didn't know that.
No, she married to a black dude that beat her up and stuff like that. So but he's mixing stories like I don't. You can't. He's not telling the straight truth. She was married to a black dude. She was never married to a white dude. And now she's on like talk shows or just like little Jimmy Kimmel Tonight Show stuff talking about dating white guys or wanting to date white guys and so on. But that's why she's famous? I mean, you had to get on the Tonight Show some kind of way first, right? You can't.
Right.
So I don't get what his point was.
Yeah. You go ahead, Ishmael.
I think it's Katt Williams just being crazy Katt Williams. Like you said,
Yeah.
I don't know, he just seems off. I mean, for the last, I don't know what, 10 years.
Decade. Yeah.
He's just been off. He kind of like, he reminds me of Eminem, where he just
He's been off since Friday After Next.
and try to
Hold on.
everybody.
Hold on. Eminem did not get his ass beat at a football game in the middle of a park by some 14-year-olds. Come on, dog.
Well, and that's what I was
that
going to
happened.
say. I was definitely going to refer to that because I'm like, Katt, he talking all this stuff about people, but remember that he did get choked out by 14-year-old. So if you're not built for that type of smoke, you got to be careful on what you're trying to bring. Now, maybe this Wanda woman, like he knew that they comedians, they on the radio. She wasn't about to be about that life.
But he got 19 felonies.
Everybody else. Yeah,
But do we
19
do we
felonies.
want to follow up with the? But do we want to follow up with the next story, like the husband? The husband.
No,
was about
don't
that
go
life.
to it yet. Don't go to it yet.
Don't
Wait.
go to it yet. Okay,
No.
okay.
Keep going, Ish.
We'll get to it.
Keep going.
Yeah, I mean that's basically all I got is just like you got to chill. You can't just go at everybody just because your star has faded a little bit. Like if he was keeping it real and he has all the rights to all his comedy shows and all of that, like great for you. Like I hope that he goes and gets that money, but you don't have to tear down every other comedian because you feel like I'm not the one in the spotlight.
And his whole thing about like Lil Rel and Kevin Hart was like they're ugly. So I didn't really understand. He was saying they're ugly.
He was saying that
they're putting in movies, but they'll never be leading men because they're ugly.
He said white people are judge each other by whether or not the opposite sex wants to sleep with them, or if the men want to be them when they cast them for movies. And he said, black people, they don't even give us that, where they say they don't even want you to be sexually appealing or want to be friends with you. So they put the ugly ones up, is what he's saying.
Okay.
That was my interpretation.
If you're a comedian, okay.
But then at the same time, he was trying to say, well, she got on because she's kind of cute and she like white people.
Light skin.
Yeah.
So
he was talking out both sides
it
of the
don't
mouth.
It don't even make no sense.
Yeah.
But when
I mean, my whole
was
thing
hitting
is
the
like-
lady up, it was pretty funny.
Okay, yes, that's what I want to talk about.
But if Katt Williams was any, I mean, yeah, he's been in a lot of like quote unquote black movies. But if he's in any white movies, like he would be in the same boat with Lil Rel and Chris. I mean, nobody's like looking like no white people are looking at him like, oh, this guy's wants to be him, or like he's just he's a comedian. He's funny. He's got a good persona. He's definitely got some good comedy shows that I've seen. I mean. The new Netflix one was not all that. I watched that one. It was not his better work. He was sweating the whole time. He looked like he was on drugs the whole time.
He always sweat.
He was sweating but he was sweating extra hard in that one, dude. I mean, it was just like off putting. Like I was like, man, he was Ray Lewis. Yes, exactly. The other thing the one thing about the Wanda thing that he was getting on her about the hair, and that was funny and all that. But then he started talking about
before we get into jokes.
Okay.
Can we talk about where he mentioned the Netflix numbers and how they come up with their offers? I thought that was very interesting. So he was saying that Netflix does not care whether or not that you see yourself as popular or whether or not people would watch your special on Netflix. He said that they base their offers to you based on your last show that you did and how many tickets sold. So he claims that Monique sold 300,000 tickets to her last comic show, and that's why they offered her $300,000. And he said that he sold, allegedly, $2.4 million, and that's why he got $2 million for his
there is no
Netflix
way
special.
he sold $2.4 million. There's no way.
Charlamagne talked about that on Breakfast Club, and he was like, if you add that up, if it's $20 per ticket, That's a lot of money, you know. And he's like, you would be on the top.
No, the way tickets, not
yeah. He said,
raised,
he's just talking about tickets. But I'm saying,
if you talking
money
about,
gross, that would be a ridiculous amount of money, though.
He would, man, that would be,
and that would be on the top 10 list.
I'm trying to do this math here. He would have to do like he have to do like a 50. Yeah, he would have to do like a 50 city tour, and every single stop would have to sell out 50,000 seats. He had to do a 50,000 seat arena like 50 times in a single tour.
He doing Phillips. What's that? Probably 20. A basketball.
Yeah, but that's not 50. But that's not 50.
Yeah,
that's not.
But
50.
he's doing 3 nights in a row, probably a Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Okay, but you're not doing that 50 times.
Probably not 50.
Probably not. I mean, money wise, 2.4. He's definitely doing 2.4 tickets sold. I don't think so. And then plus, I don't understand why Netflix would like. So what you're basically going to charge them $1 per ticket. So, I mean, if you got people are willing to pay, because I'm sure that Katt Williams show is probably like $50-$60. Maybe Monique is only able to sell $20 a ticket. Yeah. There's got to be some kind of accounting for that too, right? That people are willing to pay.
My guess would be if I'm Netflix, I would say, well, these people are willing to get up out of their seats or off their couches and go to see you. So then you're more likely to move the needle with Netflix. Like I might get a Netflix subscription to watch this if I'm willing to pay his ticket price.
His accounting, all that stuff is trash. The thing that I thought was most interesting was that he said, Monique, we know about the 330 that she got offered, blah blah. So we know that number, but he says $2 million is what he got offered by them to do. I don't know, a couple of specials.
Well, no, it was just the last one. Because he said he signed that deal the same day Monique was complaining on the radio about the Netflix.
Right, but then so that's $2 million for him. But then how much did Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle get for their Netflix special? That's like $40 million. So like. So it defies the logic, the stuff he's talking about, because he's basically saying like he's sold more and he has the highest selling tickets. But then we know from just press releases that Chris Rock and Dave Chappelle their Netflix deal is 10, 20 times as large as his, and he's the number one selling comedian. That makes no sense at all, right?
But
am I wrong on that?
My guess is that Chappelle, because he was doing little small theaters in those specials. But
he's still got a $40 million Netflix deal to do like 3-4 shows.
They're paying him up front to do it. Like Katt Williams already did the show, and then they taped it and they sold it. Right? That's my understanding. Because he's financing all of it himself.
I don't know, but all I know is I see $40 million over here and I see $2 million over here, and and the $2 million saying he's making more than the other one. It doesn't make much sense to me. I just can't see it.
Yeah, and you're taking his numbers as truth, and if you look at what he says, a lot of that stuff doesn't necessarily seem true. So it may just be something where he's trying to hype himself up. He was trying to sell that tour. He's trying to get back in the media, but I don't think you can take those numbers or the fact he said, I've never gotten a loan and I finance things 100%. I don't know if I believe that. And we know Katt Williams does drugs, so why are we taking his word as gospel?
Exactly. Yeah. This dude's been on drugs so long he probably don't even know what's the truth anymore. I mean, but he is funny. He can be funny, man. I think he's definitely fallen off some. Like I said, I watched that Netflix special just to see what it was about, and he had some good parts in there, but it wasn't like Pimp Chronicles. That's a classic. It was good, but it wasn't like, oh, okay, I'm gonna watch this one again. It was like, okay, I saw that one. I don't need to see it again. But like Pimp Chronicles, when it comes on Comedy Central, if I'm flicking through there and I see it, I'll definitely check it out, man. I'll just I'll leave it on there for a few minutes. It's just like, any classic one, Eddie Murphy Raw or Patrice O'Neal. You still need to watch that one, Ryan. You still need to see Elephant in the Room, like me and Ish told you. That was the one good Ish recommendation.
I did start watching. I didn't like it. I just didn't. So I didn't finish it.
The first part is the best part, man. You trash.
It was all right. I didn't like it. But let's get to these jokes.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. So this was my favorite part, was the jokes. So throughout this entire interview, Katt Williams and Miss Wanda are going back and forth. Light jabs, but I figured, they're comedians. I thought that's what they do. They know each other, kind of joking back and forth. No big deal. And then the tone changed. Somewhere in there. The tone changed. And Miss Wanda, she said something about Katt Williams' hair, that he needed to go because he had to hurry up and get to the salon, by the looks of it. And he started going in on her hair. And, and then after that, first she said the prison thing. She was just like, yeah, but you keep going to jail. Let's talk about prison. I don't know why she did that, but she poked the bear too long, and my man just eradicated her for like the next 15 minutes.
Oh, man. Yeah, it was so bad.
Going shot for shot, then he pulled out that howitzer.
Yeah, he did. And I was laughing so hard, man, driving, and oh my God, like I've listened to it at least twice, 2 or 3 times now. I'm probably gonna listen to it 2 or 3 more. But man, you don't want to. I feel bad for her because you're a comedian, so you would think you'd be able to hang, but she just ran out of steam. She didn't know what to say.
Well, you also got to realize it's her job. That's her paycheck, and this dude just coming on there and he can say whatever he wants.
Her
and
paycheck is to be funny, not get annihilated on the radio.
But you talking about like he I mean, hey, it's like Eminem. Maybe he's not motivated right now, but maybe his last album wasn't that great, or his last performance wasn't so great, but he still got it in him, and he's definitely one of the best roasters out there. So he got
he said I'm gonna be selling out Phillips Arena. You're gonna be at the Atlanta Comic Show. So I was just like,
but that was cool. Okay, so can we talk about the next part, because he that's where he rolled up on her at the husband at the Atlanta Comic. So he showed up there. So
he just went there to talk about her some more.
She was not at the Phillips Arena, and he pulled out and the husband pulled straight. He came to the Atlanta, the little place that he just was cracking on, and then
she said
it makes no sense.
So
man.
The video, she was like, "Yeah, we saw him across the street, and he saw me, and then he immediately made a beeline with his security to come straight to her."
Which makes perfect sense.
He came straight over to her.
He wanted some smoke. He wanted some more smoke.
And he was like, "I told you I'd make you go viral if you ain't stop talking to me."
Hold on, guys. I'm putting some in the group chat right now. This is live stream. Just check the group chat right now when you guys get a chance. Okay.
And for her, really, that's a win-win. Even if she did lose that battle, because she did go viral, and now they are going to get more eyes and more ears on that show. So for her, it doesn't really matter.
This is why y'all pulling up the little group chat thing. Do y'all know that dude, Frank Ski? Y'all remember that dude? Do y'all remember him at all? The rapper? Do you remember the song called Doo Doo Brown, like from when we were in high school, early high school? That's that dude. That's him. That's that, and that song is, that video is like, it's like $4 for that video, that production budget, but that song is like that. But the video, like, watch it, go back and pull it up on YouTube, man. That dude, that Doo Doo Brown video, which the name sounds crazy, but that's the dude rapping, is that dude Frank Ski. And that video was done by Chris Robinson, the dude that he did all the videos back in the day. He did the New Edition movie and stuff like that. But if you watch that video and that choreography with those little kids in the mask and stuff like that, man, you can see like that dude was on something. So I mean that video, it's not good because it's really cheap, but it was impressive what they did with that very, 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 very low budget. But that song's still a classic, man. I still rock with Doo Doo Brown. It's somewhere in my my iTunes shuffle somewhere.
All right, so
y'all see the video? Y'all saw the pic I sent?
I see the picture.
Yeah, the picture that you sent. And to me, it looks like Tiffany Haddish is about to stab him with the Emmy, like right through his heart.
Maybe, but like, I mean, obviously they got together and take the picture.
Are we sure that's him?
Who else dresses?
Are we sure that's him?
4'8"?
That could be Drake Daddy. That could be Drake Daddy.
It looks like Hammer a little bit. Hammer done came back.
Is that a real chain, or is that like a picture of a chain on a T-shirt?
It's a T-shirt chain.
I think that's built into the shirt. Yeah. I think.
Wow.
I don't know, man.
That's
but
trash.
why is he? First of all, why is he at the Emmys?
I don't know.
He
just backstage. He not there. He wasn't dressed like that.
He trying to ride the wave, man. He want the publicity.
So what's your conspiracy? Your conspiracy is that him and Tiffany Haddish cool immediately after this happened.
Maybe so. I don't think that's really. I just think that he don't have that same energy. He just up there talking. He just on drugs and he just talking mess on the radio, and he ain't really about that when he sees the lady in person. That's it.
Right.
They probably know that at this point. They probably drop him a couple G's.
And when and probably at the end of the day, when he got back home and came off the high, he probably realized what he said. And somebody got to him and told him what he said. He probably like, man, I was wrong for saying that, because you can tell he's lucid. He's aware of, like, I mean, he's a smart dude. He's not dumb. He's just on something, man.
He said he liked her. He said he liked her too. So
No, because he sit there and said, he said, you talking about that movie with the three of our greatest black actresses. So he basically took her out of the. That was on purpose. He did that on purpose, man. Come on now. He knows what he's doing, man. He ain't stupid.
Yes.
But he must have just had a moment of clarity when he got back home. Was like, man, I was wilding. So let me, maybe he reached out and apologized. I can't see any other reason than to show up in the Emmys, but to take that picture and maybe apologize to him in person. I don't know.
I'm gonna tell you what his revelation was. So he got home and had that revelation. The revelation was when he approached Miss Wanda and her husband grabbed the strap. And if you read the story about it, they said they chased him into like the supermarket across the street. So he ran. When dude pulled out the strap, Ryan, he took your advice. He saw the strap. He wasn't staying around. He ran across the street to get away. So when you see that metal flash before your eyes, that's going to set you straight a little bit.
Yeah. And why is Katt Williams the only comedian I know that rolls with security? And every time he goes somewhere, he rolls with security. And every time he takes the L and has to run or do something,
because people be trying
it never really goes down.
Because he like 5'2", man. You gotta have.
But who is your trash? But that's why
all that trash.
Right.
But why is your security not doing nothing? Why do you have security and they ain't doing nothing? Why
security ain't finna take a bullet for you.
If they paying them right, they should.
No, they ain't. How much they gotta pay you to take a bullet?
You don't think Jay-Z and Beyonce?
How much should they get paid to take a bullet, sir? Go ahead. Give us a price.
They said Jay-Z and Beyonce security didn't even.
Jay-Z and Beyonce's backup dancers will take a bullet for them.
That's
Come on, what are you talking about?
When that dude rushed on the stage, they said the security wasn't out there to stop him. It was the backup dancers. So.
But yeah, because the security probably backstage. That's on the job of the event security.
But they gotta worship. They gotta worship at the church of Beyonce before they even allow them to dance for them. That's a callback to that episode.
Right.
That's true.
Separation of Church and Bay. Y'all check that one out if you
I'm with it.
Last joke. Can I get one last? My favorite joke was when he was talking about her hair, and he said he had 18 inches of pure hair, and I was like, okay, I guess your hair is like straight, and he was like, no perm. I was like, but your hair. I was like, but your hairline starts halfway back on your head. Like,
that's what I was gonna say. Did he make that proper hairline deduction? We need to see.
Yeah, you should be having 23 inches of straight hair, but instead you only got 18 because your hairline is way back on your head, man. So come on, get about that. I need to know where he started measuring that.
I need to know where he started measuring. Like we said, he has said some falsehoods. I don't know if that's accurate.
Yeah, man. Let's move on from this. Let's bump this Vontae Davis story because nobody cares. Are we gonna get into Insecure or what?
We gotta talk about that.
We already in part 2. Go ahead and talk about it.
We splitting in two. So we
come on, man.
With it. So Vontae Davis, he is a player or was a player for the Buffalo Bills, and Mr. Vontae Davis did the most gangster thing in the history of the NFL. Now, Paul, I don't know if you were watching this game. I know you're the only one out of
no, I was not watching the Bills.
That are watching
I was not watching the Bills.
Foosball, as Ryan says.
No.
But Vontae Davis, a cornerback, is a 2-time Pro Bowler. I guess the Bills were getting smashed or they were getting beat at halftime to the Los Angeles Chargers, which sounds weird to say that. And the 10-year veteran at halftime, the coach was, trying to give a little rally speech, saying, hey, let's go, let's fight, let's win. And Vontae was like, nah, I ain't really trying to do that no more. So Vontae Davis decided to put his street clothes on. He put his pads and his equipment back in the locker room, and he said, you know what? I'm out. I'm leaving. And they said, you going to quit on us? He said, I don't quit. I retire. Like, it's over. I'm done. So at halftime of a game, Vontae Davis retired. That is crazy.
Definitely crazy. I didn't like it. I think you should at least. I mean, hey, okay, take yourself out of the game, retire after the game, but don't do it in the middle of the game like that. That's wild. That's totally wild.
Who is he hurting, Paul? Who is he hurt?
His teammates.
His team is trash anyway.
Man, whatever. Look, dog. He been in the game for 10 years. 10 years in football years is like 40 years in people years. He been out there giving up his body all this time. Nobody cared whether he was cut or traded. We got a clip earlier where he was just traded for no reason. He didn't even get a chance to call his grandma before they told him he had to get on a flight. You don't care about me. I could quit anytime I feel like it. I already made the bag. I done made enough money. I got a savings, I'm sure. And, when you done, you done. Maybe my brother was out there, look, I'm wasting my time on this squad. It's cold out here. I got a house in L.A. I'm ready to go.
Look, the Bills are historically bad.
That's another reason.
Awful.
Look, when you see the light at the end of the tunnel, every man, woman, child at some point in their life should take the opportunity to quit a job without notice. I'm telling you, this is what you should do. I've done it myself. I quit Kroger. They was up there. She wouldn't let me off on Thanksgiving. I said, okay. Came up there right before my shift started, handed her that letter, said, I'm going home. She's like, what? What are you doing?
But you handed her a letter?
Yeah, I handed her a letter. I wrote it out. I typed it out. You better type it out so they know they got it. Here go a letter right here. And she said, well, hold on, let me read it. I said, you know what? I've been giving you all these chances. I told you I want to go home. Haven't been home all semester. You don't want to get me home? I'm going to go home. Goodbye. Deuces.
A letter. I've never wrote a letter of...
Yo, if you resign, you should always write a letter. That way they can't say that you just quit like that and you abandoned your job. So you gotta write a letter.
Okay.
So that's what he did. I
did not know that.
He resigned. He resigned in person and said, "I'm out," and he walked off the field as he should, man. I'm sure. I like I was telling y'all earlier, my basketball career ended the exact same way. After years of playing ball, eventually the decline of skills just got too much for me to bear. During the middle of my game in Clayton, I was just like, you know what? I'm done at halftime. Never checked back in.
Just minus the $3 million signing bonus. Minus the $3 million signing bonus.
Never checked back in. Difference. I was done. So I was like, I'm out. Took a seat.
Yeah, that's the thing. I believe that he had, I think it was like $5 million guaranteed as long as he made the opening day roster. So
exactly.
He was on that opening day roster. He got that bag, like you said, and he just felt like he said that he wasn't injured right now. He's had some injuries that he played through. He said, I'm not injured. He said, but I just feel like I can't play the game at this high level. So if his heart is not in it, when you continue to play after that, that's when you get those type of injuries. So he's like, look, I'm 30 years old. I'm sure he got money in the bank. He got a family. He's like, look, I don't want to do this no more. I'm out. And I do respect him for that, for just not going through the motions to go through the motions. He's just like, look, I'm not, my heart ain't in it. Let me just leave out of here. But
didn't he win the Super Bowl with the Colts?
Yeah,
wasn't he the cornerback of that Super Bowl team? Said 10 years. That would have been 2008.
Yeah, but I don't think
he was on Miami for sure. He was on Miami for sure. Yeah, he bounced around. His brother is Vernon Davis, the tight end. His brother is Vernon Davis, the tight end. I know that. Yeah.
Okay, well, they all rich. They all rich, so we good.
Yeah, they all rich. It's just a little bit of professionalism. I feel he could have done a little better than that. Just not let us down. Wait till the end of the game. I mean, I feel everything you're saying. Just not at halftime. That's the difference.
That's what makes it so gangster. Is you did it at halftime. That
is what makes it gangster.
If he retired after the game, would we be talking about him? No.
No.
That's
when you're done, you're done, man. That's all to it.
All right. We can finally get into Insecure or what, dog? Because I watched this mess. We need to talk about it. I've been watching it, so we need to talk about it to get it out.
All right.
Let's talk about
okay, audience. This will be a spoiler review of episode 6 of Insecure.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert. So you have been warned. This will be the end of the episode otherwise. I don't plan on saying anything funny after that. So if you haven't watched Insecure, pause it, come back when you have, and we'll be here when you get back. So, episode 6. What was the name of the episode? Thought I had written it down, but I didn't. Anyway, episode 6. So y'all got a chance to watch this.
Yep.
I watched it literally before we started recording.
We'll just call it the baby shower episode. That's all I can remember.
Yeah, I'll pull it up on my HBO. Paul, go ahead. Let's get your recap first.
I mean, I'm not gonna get into recap, but I thought it was a much better episode than last week.
How you gonna say you're not gonna give a recap, dog? Of a recap, we doing a review.
Okay. And she runs into dude Lawrence at the beginning. And so then the best part of the whole episode, well, two best parts, but the best part we have a montage at the beginning of what Lawrence has been up to for pretty much the whole season that we haven't seen him. And
episode title was Ready Like.
Yeah, and so he's been out here living his best life, man. He's been getting in shape, being successful as his job and getting something and getting something,
working out and working it out.
Yeah, definitely working it out. So anyway, he's doing good. And then there's a big baby shower, and then there's a little bit of drama goes on because Lawrence is there, ex-boyfriends or ex-relationships are there, and so it just kind of gets a little messy from there. So I don't know. That's really what it's about, and I guess like they're trying to, see if Issa and Lawrence are going to come back together. I guess that's the main crux of the episode. But overall, I thought it was good. Again, the girl Kelly, I'm glad she finally got a little bit more depth to her character because they were kind of, they had a little part where she was kind of upset about losing her friend because of the baby and stuff like that. But man, she had the funniest line, so I was definitely digging that. And then the Molly dude, the dude that's going to be with Molly, I guess, for the next couple episodes.
That's why she was crying, because she lost the baby. When did this happen? I didn't know
she didn't lose the baby. She was losing her friend to the baby.
Oh,
that's what she's saying.
That's why I'm like, what? Okay, my bad.
Yeah. No. She said she was losing her friend to the baby.
Okay,
which I'll appreciate because Kelly is the funniest. Kelly is her and Thug Yoda are the two most interesting characters on the show, but they're not used very much at all. And then Kelly is just all one dimensional. It's all like she's just the friend that keeps it real. Yeah, she keeps it real. And she says funny things, but she doesn't. There's no depth to her character. So they gave her a little bit more depth this episode. So I appreciate that. But I know it's not going to last, and we ain't going to hear nothing more from her. So that was it. That's my take. What about you guys?
Ishmael?
I don't know. I kind of agree with Paul. I feel like it was a better episode, definitely, than the last one. Got to see Lawrence doing his thing out there, but of course he got an STD from it, and that was kind of cool to see because so many shows you had people just
they act like everybody
out there being free, just smashing everybody, and you never get that type
of
condoms real consequence that you have from being out there like that. So I thought that was a nice little twist, especially the fact that he had to call up the people.
Yeah, shout out to STD courtesy calls.
Ryan basically letting you know he's been on the receiving end of many of those calls.
STD courtesy calls.
If that's not the episode name of the show, then I don't know what else it's going to be. But real talk. Can I ask you guys a question? Like, what does Lawrence see in Issa? Like, what? I can't see why he'd want to be with her, man. I cannot see it. I'm sorry. I know we're 3 seasons in. I don't know what she does for him. I don't understand. I don't get it at all.
What you mean? What? I mean, she's super cool.
Right.
She's super cool. What's she do for him though? What is he getting out of this?
I don't think we've ever really got any depth as far as their relationship though. So we don't know. We just know that they have one. And they loved each other or whatever.
I mean, she don't cook for him. She don't clean for him. She cheated on him. She don't really take care of him. She thinks he's a bum. Now she's attracted to him again because he's kind of cleaned himself up. That's it. She's very superficial. I just don't see I don't see why he's with her. That's my whole thing.
But we caught them on the tail end of their relationship.
Yeah, she did hold him down for some years while he was unemployed. Even though she eventually got resentful, and I think that's natural. To where if your spouse is not working, and it's not because, some people have stay-at-home wives or husbands or whatever, but if it's just they're unemployed and they're not doing anything, I think a lot of people can get resentful for that. But the fact is, she still held it down. Like, she still lived with him, stayed with him for that long time. Now, at the end of it, she cheated, but I guess they were supposed to have been together, 5 or 6 years before that? So I don't think you can write off everything before that. Like Ryan said, we just caught the tail end of that relationship.
That's a good point. I don't know. The only thing I ever seen her do good for him was when she made him breakfast because he got the broken pea tape off the internet. That's the only thing and then she made him breakfast the next morning as like a thank you for basically saving her job and stuff like that. And that was the only thing I saw that she really did nice for him. So I was like, what's the redeeming qualities? But I guess you're right. Yeah, it was. We started off in the tail end of the episode where they made him kind of look like a little bum and stuff like that. But dude's living good. So, but I don't know. I'm guessing they're gonna get back together, but I'm hoping not. Actually,
and if you think about it, like Lawrence was in such a low point at the end of the first season when they broke up because he had been unemployed for so long. Like he wasn't himself anymore. Like you could see, like it was a big difference. Like it was. I remember she made a comment even that he was out like running, and she was like, "Oh, you went out to run today?" And he's like, "Oh yeah." Like he hadn't got up off the couch in a long time. Like dude was depressed. And I've been there because I've been without a job for a long time once, and I've been there. So I don't want to go back, but yeah. So their relationship, although we haven't seen it, they've implied that it was something great. And if you think about it, like all her friends like him, everybody's still cool with him. He's still invited to the baby shower and all that.
Don't invite me to the baby shower. I don't even want to go to my own baby shower.
Man, we talk about these co-ed baby showers, man. What is this mess? What's these co-ed baby showers? Ishmael, I'm pretty sure you done been to at least 30 of them.
No, I haven't been to 30 of them. I generally try to stay away from those, man. I'm not a baby shower guy, and my wife has been upset with me about it before because when we get those invitations, I'm just like, I'm a bow out. Like, you go ahead and do that. But it just seems like it's the thing now. Like, everybody who has a baby shower is co-ed, and it really is just kind of like whatever, Thanksgiving or Labor Day where you have people over the house. But I'm just not about that. Playing the little kitty games, guess the gender. I'm not about that life, so I always pass that. Matter of fact, my wife just went to one a couple of weeks ago, and I just, I went ahead and stayed home, and my homie went there, and he enjoyed it, and his wife's like, "Oh, you gonna leave your boy hanging?" And I'm like, "Yep, absolutely."
Right.
So I think I was at home playing some video games.
That sounds like a much better. Look, man, I would rather do that at my own baby shower.
If you're gonna do a co-ed one, that's how it should be. If you do a co-ed baby shower, that's how it should be. Y'all can be upstairs opening gifts. We'll even come there because somebody need to help you take these gifts to the car. But how about this? We're going to be downstairs playing Madden or playing NBA 2K.
Dog, it ain't happening. First of all, look, let me tell you how if you had a baby shower, I have. And so, like, this is how it's going to go down. It's going to be planned by the friends or the mom or aunt, somebody like that. It's going to be some female that's going to plan this thing.
What was the name on the Insecure episode? What was it? The squad?
Ready like... the crazy. What did she say?
Yeah,
crazy crew.
Crazy crew. I think. Yeah. So you got the.
Yeah, it's gonna be organized by some people, but it's gonna be a bunch of women in there. And if you get the dudes and you're like, okay, all the dudes, we just gonna go down the basement and have a Madden tournament. Man, they're gonna judge. All they're gonna do is be up there judging you, talking about how all y'all are trash. I'm okay with that. That's not gonna happen.
That's what's gonna happen anyway.
Right. We playing Madden.
Probably what happened while I was at home from that day.
Right. So now you can at least say that you knew where I'm at and I'm downstairs. But whatever. But yeah, we got to stop these. I mean, I had my baby showers at church. So, and our church ones are more co-ed. They still just as stupid though, if you think about it, as far as games and all that kind of stuff. But you make the best of it. But we driving all the way to the church. You got to drive that stuff back anyway. So I might as well be there. Because I got to help bring that stuff in.
Yeah, but I think that's the biggest thing for me is just the game. Like, I don't want to play those games. Like, if you just have play them games.
They're so lame.
So I think baby showers are important. You need to come support the mother and, all of that. But I'm not trying to play them games. So let me go downstairs go to the man cave, play some pool, watch the game, whatever. I'm not playing baby shower games.
Like on the show, they over there eating the chocolate out the diaper. Get out of here with that, man. I don't even want to pretend to do that, man. Stop it. You'd be better off playing Madden in the basement.
Right.
So what else happened on the episode? My man Dro was back up in the joint at the party, at the baby shower thing with. First he was there by himself, and apparently him and Molly are not talking. I don't know when this happened. When did they stop talking?
2 episodes ago. 3 episodes ago.
I didn't notice it. What'd she do? Not text him back or something?
No, she told him that they needed the boundaries or whatever and not to...
Yeah, I remember
because
that.
Because he let himself in her house, and she said, look, we need these boundaries. I'm not about to, we either going to smash or we going to be friends. Like, which one is it? So he got mad about that.
Yeah, but that wasn't no beef, though.
Well, it was beef for him because he didn't want that relationship to change like that. He wanted to keep it like it was.
Of course he don't.
Right.
I didn't think it was a we not talking like he addressed her at the baby shower though. He was just we talking now? Like, okay, dog. Like she said she ain't want to do it no more. You cool. You hit it for quite a while. Relax. Yeah, ain't gonna last forever.
And he got a kid coming now, so he may be salty about that. Who knows?
Maybe. Because
Then,
so his wife showed up.
Together.
Yeah, his wife showed up at the baby shower too. Does she know? Well, he did say that one time. He was like, "I'm over Molly's," so she gotta know. Right.
Oh, she knows.
But does she know? No,
it was open. It's open relationship.
Yeah, but they've never addressed it like that. She really knows.
Yeah, but
she knows
that day when she talked to him on the phone, like he had spent the night there. So if you spend the night and your wife calls and you're like, "Oh yeah, I'm still over Molly's," she knows.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I wish they would address it so we can get that conversation that she knows. Because they just kind of leave it open-ended.
Well, we're going to find out when it's probably not his kid. That's what's going to probably... That's a possible storyline angle. I'm guessing that's probably what's going to happen, I'm thinking.
That would be crazy. Maybe that's why he ain't.
It's going to be Lawrence's baby. Ooh, that would be gangsta.
If it's Lawrence's baby, it's going to have chlamydia. so it's definitely not his. Boy with an STD.
No, terrible. Don't put that on the baby like that. That's terrible. Y'all are wrong, man.
But
going to hell.
Other than that, I did like all the dudes at the party was kind of like standing in the corner, angry,
grumpy.
Like they didn't want to be there. Yeah.
Man. So let's move on to the end. Man, Ryan, I tried to watch that little after the behind the scenes thing at the end.
Yeah.
Man, the writer, that outfit,
his outfits.
Like, man, I gotta send you the picture. I took a screenshot of that. Man, that dude. It's too. Once I saw that dude's outfit, I just turned it off because I saw the girl Kelly. So I was like, "Oh, let me hear what you got to say." And they did a wide shot, and I saw that dude. I was like, "Never mind, I can't watch this." I turned that thing off, man. That dude's outfits it's too much, man. He a little too it's a little too spicy for me.
But I don't know, man, because he kind of he said that when dudes break up with chicks, like they just go in and start smashing. And he's like,
he don't know none of this.
I think he knows. Like that's what Ryan, he was basically saying.
Ryan,
he was just like, that's what I do.
Hey Ryan, Ish. I know Ish got this outfit, but Ryan, if I find out you got this outfit in your closet, we ain't friends no more, dog. Don't call me, don't text me, don't ask me to be on the podcast, nothing, man. If you got that outfit on that he had on in that little after show thing, don't call me ever again. Well, Ish, I know you got that outfit.
Luckily for you, I did not watch the after show, so I don't know what you're talking
Luckily
about.
for you, you did not watch the episode.
I don't have to put you on the fade on site list quite yet.
It was kind of like the shirt from the dude from that Swipe documentary that I had put up that I said I would get for Paul. As a joke, it was kind of like that. Yeah, it was pretty.
My wife saw that. She saw it. Like we were flipping through the HBO Go, and so like it was on like the the recommended list on HBO Go. It was like that swiped, and so it just had like the kind of like had a girl. I don't know what she was like. It looked like a prostitute or something like that. I don't know what it was, but she was like, "What's that?" And she was like, "Have you been watching that?" And I was like, "Nah, it's just on like it was on the recommended." But it's good. Watch. They don't have like a tailored recommendation on the HBO Go. It's just like whatever, these are like the featured things. Mm-hmm. As my wife is thinking, I'm watching that. I'm like, I didn't watch that mess.
Y'all should watch it.
Put on me like, sure you didn't watch it.
Y'all should watch it. I watched it with the wife. It was pretty good.
No, I tried to put it on. I was trying to joke with her, so I tried to like click on it. She was like, you better get up off that. We ain't watching that. So I had to put on something else. I watched a bunch of movies this weekend. Oh, shouts to Dunkirk and The Darkest Hour. I watched those while we were stormed in. Those were dope movies.
I gotta watch
dope
Dunkirk,
movies, both of them.
I'm torn every time. Just be like, do I really want to watch a bunch of people get shot?
It's not that bad, man. It's just beautifully shot, man. But Tom Hardy's he's in it. He doesn't really have he doesn't talk much in the movie actually. But man, anytime Tom Hardy's in the movie, it's kind of like it's going to be at least decent with him in the movie. So
man, them army movies be rough, man.
There's no brutality. It's not like the opening scene of like Saving Private Ryan. It's dope, man. It's just tense. But if you really like a better movie, I say Darkest Hour. That's actually better overall. I like that one better. Darkest Hour, yeah. Check that. It's a war movie too, though.
Is Dunkirk more violent than the intro scene to what is it? Ninja Assassin.
No,
dude, don't watch Ninja Assassin with a 5-year-old. I had to turn it off. I was like, "Damn, I forgot this one was so bad."
You took my advice. Why did you do this?
Because I thought you were serious. And I was like, "Yeah, I remember that movie being good. Let me check it out." It's been, like 8 years. Jeez,
Ryan,
the man got his head cut off in the first 5 minutes.
Man,
and they showed it, and I was like, "Oh,
you are." Okay, we need that little Savoy show to make a Instagram video of Ryan showing his kid a ninja assassin. We talk about how bad of a parent he is because that is a terrible idea.
Then limbs start falling out of the ceiling. I was like, "What is this?"
That's basically like showing him Kill Bill. That's like basically showing the fight scenes from Kill Bill, dog. What are you thinking?
Man, I didn't remember. I remember it being a dope ninja movie, but I did not remember how good.
It's called Ninja Assassin.
Yeah, but that's okay if you're just stabbing people and throwing ninja stars. I don't care. If it was even just blood, I don't care. But I didn't know they was going to be chopping half some people's heads off. Nah, yeah, I couldn't do it. I told him we'd holler at that one when he like 13.
This is all based off a joke. Ryan said he was showing his kid American Ninja. I said show him a Ninja Assassin next, just off the cuff.
We did watch American Ninja 3 first, and then we went to that.
Oh, okay. Well, now he knows.
Yeah, no blood in American
all
Ninja.
right, let's wrap this up, man, because I got to go to bed.
Yeah, man.
Wrap it up. All right. We wrapping it up. So, Ishmael.
All right. We are winding down from the longest episode ever. So long that we had to split it into 2 parts. But if you want to follow the Black Delegates podcast, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Black Delegates. There's an underscore between Black and Delegates. You can also follow us on, follow us on Facebook at Black Delegates Pod. Hit us up on email at theblackdelegatespod@gmail.com. If you want to follow Ryan, he is at the Black Ryan on Twitter. Paul is at Boxed Wine Poppy on Twitter, and I'm on Twitter and Instagram at Ish Creates. That's ISH Creates. Paul, what can people do if they want to help out the show?
Rate us and review us, and also tell a friend. That's the 2 main things. Rate us and review, and tell a friend.
Brian, any last words?
Yes. Remember, audience, when you find yourself in the doctor's office with an STD, call around and tell everybody that you've been with. It's the courteous thing to do. See y'all next week. Sayonara. Sayonara.